Kabanu, Martha and Hoda Marie Rose are survivors of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rusiga sector. They are in the same unity and reconciliation group with Gakwavu Francois and Muganizi Jean-Pierre that participated in the genocide against the Tutsi. The name of the group is Twiyunge Rusiga Gako. When I heard of all the people they had killed, I felt like I couldn't be close to them because I had a big family that perished. Whenever I would see these people, I would just leave. You'd feel like there was no way you could meet with one that killed your people. I came to settle here with my family and we lived on our own. We didn't want anyone to meddle in our lives. Just like Mukabanu and Hoda lived with grief and anger of losing their loved ones, on the other hand, Gakwavu Francois and Muganizi Jean-Pierre, who participated in the genocide against the Tutsi, also had shame of facing the people they had hurt. I was in prison for 10 years, and while there, it felt like our life was over because we thought there was no way we would live harmoniously again with other people. When I came back, I was in fright and I felt like there was nothing I was able to do because what we had done was inhumane. And when you would look at someone, it felt like you wouldn't talk to them, and I felt like meeting people was difficult. It was after advocacy based on justice and peace was done in this sector, through dialogue that different sides began stepping forward, and those that had participated in the genocide started asking for forgiveness from those whose loved ones they had killed, and they were forgiven. Being in this group wasn't easy for me, although through teachings they gave us, I started coming around slowly, and now we completely forgave them. We work together and we collect money in the group, and if I have a big garden, I ask for their help and they come dig for me as an act of love. As we made strides to move forward, someone would come ask you if there was something they could do for you, and that way we ended up speaking. Through that, we started to relate again, and now there's some money we excused them for them to be able to pay slowly. We had a challenge of paying back to people whose families perished in the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi because based on our capability, we weren't able to. They forgave us and reduced. For example, the first person I compensated, I had to pay over 1 million Rwanda francs, but now I am left with 30,000 Rwanda francs. The executive secretary of Rusiga sector, Ndanjijimana Frodaud, says that these groups have had a great impact. There are some genocide survivors that had been badly affected that found it hard to meet with other people in the community. There were some that didn't even agree with others, citing that the Gacaca courts had not thoroughly handled their cases properly, and they felt like being around them was close to impossible. But these reconciliation groups helped them through dialogues amongst themselves and increased the unity and reconciliation in their communities. The other benefit is that people in these groups usually visit the ones in prison. For example, last year, they visited Miyove prison and talked to them about their current lives and explained to them that should they come back to the community, they'll be welcomed. Currently, there are 4 unity and reconciliation groups in Rusiga sector, and plans to expand them to other sectors are underway.